It was a cold winter evening when Jane heard the cries for help coming from the nearby river. Without hesitation, she raced to the water's edge and peered into the darkness. She could just make out a figure struggling in the freezing water, being swept away by the current. Jane knew she had to act fast. She quickly called for help and without hesitation she jumped into the river. She fought her way towards the figure, who was now barely conscious and struggling to keep their head above water. With all her strength, Jane reached the person and pulled them towards the riverbank. She could see that she was a young woman, her clothes heavy with water and her skin blue with cold. Jane knew that she had to get her out of the water as soon as possible. As they reached the shore, Jane dragged the woman out of the water and began performing CPR. After what felt like an eternity, the woman coughed and sputtered, coming back to consciousness. Jane wrapped the woman in her own coat, trying to warm her up. The ambulance arrived and the woman was rushed to the hospital. Jane visited the woman in the hospital the next day. She was happy to see that she was recovering well and that her life was saved because of her quick thinking and bravery. The woman thanked Jane for saving her life and from that day on, they became friends. Jane knew that she had made a difference in someone's life that night, and it was a feeling she would never forget. She was proud of herself for being able to save a life, and that feeling of accomplishment stayed with her for the rest of her days.